Yeah, well, I think I still have a pair that is very similar to that. These have been in and out of style multiple times since the movie. But it's good to know that this exists, because the only thing that I did save from the movies that I was in, because I was using prescription glasses, I would usually take a pair of glasses. And I pretty much have a pair of glasses from every film that I did.
Oh, that's smart.
And I also kept a couple of 8x10 photos.
Oh, really?
Use them as things to raise money for auctions and various things, and send to fans, stuff like that when people would write. Everything's gone now. I don't have anything left.
What's interesting about this stuff is after the film is done, you still have these items. And it may just be a set of glasses and a broken watch, or it might be a giant
I didn't break
net.
the watch. When I gave the prop guy back the watch, it was perfectly fine.
It was in good shape,
so I don't want a bill for this watch.
I don't know, it's a pretty expensive model there.
I remember when he came to me with the watch. I do, because that was state of the art at that time. Scientist, therefore he should have a calculator watch.
Absolutely.
And look where we are today.
That's right. So, as an actor, how much help do you get from the props around you?
You wouldn't be able to do it without it. You have to have all the tools that you need. Costumes, props, helmets to build a character, absolutely critical.
So what's the deal? It seems like a lot of your characters in productions you've been in wear odd helmets.
Yeah, it's funny. I've thought about this. You're absolutely right. I wound up with a lot of interesting headgear, and I think it totally has to do with the fact that the short spate of films that I was in the 80s happened to coincide with a renewed interest in science fiction. And that was the result of Star Wars primarily and Close Encounters. So science fiction really boomed, and that's when comedy came in. And suddenly I wound up in these films where for some reason these characters, you're absolutely right, wind up wearing these odd headpieces.
Yeah.
Now, the contraption that I wore in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids with the lights and the magnifying glass, a lot of fun.
Now, we do have a replica. This is built using as many original parts as possible.
Wow. Yeah, it was a homemade thing.
That's the idea, right?
Sure.
Your character would have made something like this.
That's right.
With material that's around you. This is just a hockey helmet with, exposure box with some lights and some magnifying glasses. You put this crazy helmet on, it's out of need to try and find your kids.
I remember that. I, of course, remember the harness.
Yeah, how difficult was that? Be suspended over the yard.
It wasn't hard for me. I think it was hard for everybody else.
Who was trying to keep you
I was
up?
just laying in a hammock on my stomach. No, it wasn't difficult for me at all.
What does that film mean to you 30 years later?
Just how much fun it was. But if that were made today, it would be made very differently. Probably just with green screen and computer-generated stuff.
Yes. I mean, it's a film to this day that just holds up.
But so much of that is the work of Joe Johnston. I mean, he had the vision of this in his head. And on that movie, I was really an actor. I think I drove him crazy a couple of times trying to get more comedy into it, because I was always looking for how to disrupt and get some more jokes in, and poor Joe just wanted to make his movie.
Are you saying that machine
blew up my kids?
No.
If the machine had blown up the kids, there'd be pieces of them everywhere.
Wayne?
Sorry,
And I also was so affected by the shrinking machine, because I think there was dry ice or steam or smoke or I don't know what he used.
Right.
And then I think it was built on hydraulics or something, because when it turned on, it would go up on its haunches.
Yep.
It was really cool. It was just wonderful to see that come to life like that.